Gangsta. I am Jay Birdwells, your hostess, and I have another awesome guest with us today. Can you introduce yourself and how can people find you online?
Yeah, Vince Sanders. We're at cbdamericanshaman.com or visit roughly 400 stores, American Shaman stores, in over 38 states. If you go to a store, you get the benefit of talking to a trained professional that can kind of listen to your wants and needs and help give you the right product and kind of coach you as how to properly use it.
So your product is available in all those stores?
It is, yeah. They're American Shaman stores. We have storefronts in 38 states.
So how did you start in this business?
Well, I started more as a mission of compassion, trying to help a loved one that had lung cancer. And it kind of organically, somehow or another, became this. It's a long story, but, it's kind of an amazing thing, really. We just kind of followed opportunities as they presented themselves. We really, honestly, never early on thought of this as a business.
So do you make the product or you just...
Oh, no, we grow, we extract, we manufacture. Yeah, we're seed to sale. The product in our... We have physicians on staff. We have 3 chemists. Everything is done at the highest level.
So are you taking care of the and making sure it has the perfect nutrition?
Yeah, so we grow in organic soil. Which means in 3 years we do test soil. Is a bioaccumulator, so you have to make sure there's not insecticide.
You mean because poisons actually seep into
your body does make cannabinoids. You make your own THC, it's called anandamide, which means bliss in Sanskrit. You make CBD, which is called 2-AG. But oftentimes these things, as we age, your body just doesn't have
this is down people that are brand endorsements. I mean, how do you get the word out?
Sure, in the world. So we do quite a bit of advertising. We do have a number of athlete endorsers. Frank Mir, former UFC heavyweight champ. And SEO work in general online.
Yeah, it's definitely I don't know, different kind of technology information that people are still opening up to and exploring.
Yeah, it is, and it's very educational, and that's really why our stores have been so successful. because this is a place that you can walk into and talk to a trained professional that has undergone training by us, written by our physician, who was a scientist and teacher at medical schools as well. So the curriculum is extremely informative, and you have to test out of each chapter. So when you come away as American Shaman franchisee or someone that is trained to work at a store, you have a great deal of knowledge. When somebody walks in and tells you what's going on, they're 99% know what to recommend and how to properly use it.
Whoa, kind of lost you there for a second.
Yeah, so I heard that noise. Do you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So Vince, how do you make an extract or an infusion or an essential oil? What do you do?
So we make an extract. We use ethanol. Think of a giant washing machine, essentially, that we put biomass in, which is ground up hemp. You put it in very fine mesh bags. You put it in there. You flood it with ethanol, 200 grain alcohol, and you soak it and you spin it and you agitate it, and that gets the cannabinoids and terpenes and flavonoids, all the good stuff out of the plant material. And then it spins very fast, just like your washer does. And that spins all that alcohol, infused alcohol, oil-rich alcohol out. And the biomass we take out, and we do a final press to get the last bit out of it. And then we take that oil-soaked alcohol and we run it up a machine that heats it. And at different points, the alcohol boils off and the oil comes off. That's our crude extract. And from there, we refine it about another 8 steps to get to the base product that we make all of our products from.
I'm just curious because I've made extracts myself. How long do you let it soak?
So, it's probably in there about 30 minutes.
That's it?
That's it. Yep.
That's it? Because when I make extracts, it's like you put the nuts or the flowers or the plants in, and I leave it for several weeks.
Right. Yeah, no, that's about it. It's about 30 minutes, and, it does agitate it pretty aggressively. And that gets it out. If we happen to have a batch, because we know how much came out, we know because the hemp going in has been tested. So we know, let's say it's 10%, and we put in 200 pounds. So we know that we should have, if everything got extracted, about 20 pounds, right, of extract. But you never get quite, you're always going to lose 1 to 2%. So we know that if 200 pounds of 10% hemp, we should get about 160, 170 pounds of oil extract. If we don't, then we'll pick it up and we'll redo it. But that's, not that often that you have to redo it.
That's crazy. I wish I could take this radio show on the road so I could see, because the biggest extract I've made is like in a quart or 2 quart or a gallon.
Yeah. Well, this is machines that, just the extraction machines, of which there's 6. They're about 8 feet across. So, you could think of a giant an 8-foot round table. You could probably put 10 people in there sitting around, side to side. That's how big it is. And the machines, the falling film evaporators that split this off are about 30 feet tall. This is a very large facility. It's actually, we do all of our extraction in Montana, and I've been told that we have the largest extraction facility in the Northwest.
How did you get started? Were you, how did you get started? Did you get grants?
No. I've always been pretty scientific and pretty good at making things. I'm not a, trained chemist, just kind of self-taught. But even when I was a little kid, I did all kinds of chemistry experiments. I loved to make bombs and blow stuff up. I thought that was cool. And, so I've always had these skill sets that I can research a lot of things on the internet now. I used to have to go to technical libraries to find this, little known knowledge or secret knowledge. But now everything's so available on the internet, you'd be shocked at how easily you can find, no matter how complicated it is, you can dig it up.
Now, just on a curious level, do you guys have any kind of bees to help pollinate, or how do you do with pollination?
Well, we're hoping not to be pollinated as much as possible. We try and remove the males. There's always going to be some. But pollinated females don't make cannabinoids. So cannabinoids are something a plant makes when she's estrus, but once pollinated, so quit making cannabinoids. So if we're trying to get a high CBD level, the last thing we want is for the females to get pollinated. And that's a great deal of work. I mean, you're talking about literally dozens of people for weeks, because males pop at different times, that are trained to know what a male plant looks like. Here, this is what a pollen bell looks like. If you see it, cut it and haul it out of the field. Try not to disturb it because it gets in the wind. And,
wow.
So it's very difficult. You're not going to keep it from getting seeded completely. The only way to do that is to plant clones that are all female. And even then, some of them become hermaphrodite. When they, in the very late stages, every so often, a female, when they're desperate to reproduce, will then produce pollen bells and fertilize other plants. So, the idea of 100% seed-free is very difficult, really impossible, especially at the scale we do it. If you're doing a small-scale marijuana operation, it's not that hard. But, we're doing commercial farming. We're growing hundreds of acres.
Yeah,
It's a different deal.
I mean, I knew that guppies change sexes, but I didn't realize that plants did too.
Yeah, they sure do. Yeah. And they will. I mean, inevitably, you get a couple of weeks out, from them finishing, or a month, and some of them will go hermaphrodite. They just will.
Next time that I have you on, is there a way that you can show me some of the bottles or something? Because even though this is a radio show, there's
absolutely
video aspect.
Yeah, since we're Sunday, I'm at home. But yeah, anytime, or if I ahead of time, actually, if you care, I mean, I personally use the products. I'd be more than happy to go grab some bottles and show them to you. You want to wait a second?
Yeah.
It's up to you. Yeah, okay, give me 1 second. Yeah, sure.
So while he's going and getting the bottles, I will regale you with the tales of the wonderful exploration of CBD. And I've always found it fascinating, and I've seen lots of good, I've seen a lot of people that have good results with it. I know that it does work for stress, and I know that there's some kids that can't, that need it to help out with their lack of omega-3s. So I already knew all that, but it's so fascinating to hear somebody else say it. And there you go. I decided.
Give me a second. Everybody in the family uses the product, so I've got a lot of stuff here. Hold on 1 second. Something to fill.
That's awesome.
I get it. No big deal. So here's a hydrating body lotion.
Oh wow.
As you can see it. And that's that is literally 14 different natural oils, all organic, infused with CBD. And then you've got our anchor product, water soluble. And the way we do that is with nanotechnology, and that's the big thing. And oils aren't very well absorbed. You do it at a tincture under your tongue and hope for submucosal absorption, which is only about 10%. So 90% of what you're taking literally goes down the stool. So we came up with a way to break that oil down to the molecular level to where you absorb 90 to 100% of it. Wow. So you avoid that 90% waste. And that's a whole separate show of how we do that. And then here's a topical cream. That's for spot application, sore neck, elbow, shoulder. Another water soluble, different flavor. A canine. Use that on my pup. Yes,
because I'm sorry, but canines and felines are mammals too, and a lot of the herbs and plants that work for them work for us too.
Correct. Well, yeah, we all have the same system. I mean. And then this is, we talked about some other cannabinoids. So that's a night product called CB Night. And that stands for the cannabinoid there is not CBD, it's CBN. And CBN is the most amazing sleep aid you've ever taken. Take it 30 minutes before you want to go to bed, and you will get 8 hours of deep sleep. You'll wake up without any type of fog or hangover. It's an amazing product. There. You want to have my pup just walked by here. You want to have some fun on Valentine's Day? Here she is. Turn around.
Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, you got a little crown on your head.
Thought you might think that was fun.
Oh, yes.
My baby. So let's see. And then this is CB Go. So that's another cannabinoid, CBG, which gives you incredible energy and focus. Much better than coffee or something like that, because it will focus you and give you a very high degree of focus and energy, but without the jitters. You won't be nervous. It's an amazing product. I can't tell you how many people use this rather than Ritalin and those type of drugs
Yeah.
for ADD and things. And then here's a simple product that is just like a lip balm.
Oh, well.
You know,
Where
we make 180 different things.
can
So
people get these on a website or just in a store?
both. So you can visit any one of the stores. You can visit our website, put in your zip code. It'll tell you if there's a store near you and so where. Or you can order online at CBDAmericanShaman.com.
Now that's shaman as in SHAMAN?
That's it. Exactly. Yep. Natural medicine.
Nice.
That's it.
I definitely want to have you back again because that is definitely my cup of tea. And if I made a fortune, then I would be buying your products.
Beautiful. Well, get me address. Well, I'm happy to get you some.
That's awesome. Thank you, Vince.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm Jay Bird Wells. You've been listening to 990 WBOB. Don't forget to check out Sustain You, In Cahoots, Nap Weaponry, Al's Old Bookstore, K-Town Tire and Auto, and thank you, K-Jag Radio, for hosting Tea Time with PJ Gangsta.
Well, Vince, you are amazing, my friend. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anytime, guys. Thanks so much.
I really
Happy
appreciate
Valentine's
it.
Day.
Thank you, my friend.
All right. Take care.
Appreciate
Jiggy,
it.
can you send him my P.O. box?
Yes, I will send that over to him. And
Do you still have my P.O. box?
I believe so. I will make sure that he gets it. So
Did you record it? Because I forgot to record it until
Yep.
mid recording.
I've got it, and then what we'll do is we'll splice yours and mine together, and we'll make the